What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and welcome to the world of Warcraft. That's right, I am playing WoW again. If you follow these streams, you already know this. But a lot of people have been asking if I was going to bring the WoW streams over to YouTube, and the answer is yes, when the new expansion drops. So we have a new expansion coming out on August 14th, Battle for Azeroth. In preparation of that, right now, the pre-expansion event is going on, the War of Thorns, the Burning of Teldrassil. Pretty heated event. A lot of heavy opinions on both sides of things. But either way, in preparation for the expansion and working WoW back into the channel curriculum, I figured something that would be fun to do would be to do the entire War of Thorns event and then upload it as a separate video outside of the typical streams that I do. Now, in terms of what to expect in the future with WoW, I will be doing a lot of streaming with the expansion content. In terms of dungeons or weapon or artifact guides or stuff like that in particular, you know, we'll just see what happens. I plan on playing as an outlaw rogue as my main, followed up with a demonology warlock, and then moving on from there I have a couple other classes I might dabble in. I got a fury warrior, I have a windwalker monk, I'm leveling a BM hunter. We'll see where it goes. But for now at least, let's jump into the War of Thorns and show you the state that WoW is in approaching the new expansion.
What are we, if not slaves to this torment?
Silithus, that has been the name of the game, or rather, that is what I wanted the Alliance to believe. Make no mistake, Azeroth is just as powerful as it is rumored to be, but I have bigger plans in mind. I, Overlord Saurfang, is leading an army towards Silithus. By now, he should be in the Northern Barrens. I want you to intercept him and notify him that the preparations are complete. Preparations for what, you ask? Why, we are going to capture the World Tree.
I have time for games.
War Chief, why would we want to capture it? Time is not a luxury we possess, but I respect your desire to know more. Sylvanas points to Silithus on the map. This has forever altered the balance of power in Azeroth. Deposits of Azerite are being located around the world, cursey time. Though we do not yet fully understand its power, it is clear that this substance has vast destructive capability. What will war look like in 20 years? In 100? How can the Horde hope to defend its borders if the Alliance controls the flow of Azerite? Uncertain, War Chief. Anyway, let's move on from here. So the basic gist of what is happening, so I'm sure you're like, man, Cowboy is really getting into this. I'm not going to voice act everything. But a new substance has been discovered in the game called Azerite. Think of it like discovering nuclear power for the first time. And basically there's a mad rush between both Horde and Alliance to control the Azerite, control the flow of it, control, you know, the import, the export, use it to make weapons, stuff like that. And so, in an effort to kind of gain an edge over the competition, Sylvanas' plan is to basically take over the World Tree and deal a blow that the Alliance will not be able to recover from by killing Malfurion. Pretty fucking ballsy play. You know, Malfurion definitely not a name lightly spoken in WoW. I mean, he's pretty well known. I've never liked Malfurion, to be honest. I've always been like, man, fucking stupid. I don't know. Maybe it's because I hated him as a healer in Heroes of the Storm, but I am not a fan of Malfurion, whereas I am a fan of Sylvanas. But regardless, I'll let you guys experience the story and decide for yourself. I will not be doing this from the Alliance perspective. I don't even have an Alliance at 110. So, as far as I know from the Alliance side of things, it's them trying to defend and basically getting their butts touched because for the Horde. But anyway, let's head on over here, talk to Saurfang. Is like that? Like this flying headless horseman mount? It's from a Halloween event. Super rare. It's cool like that. So while we're flying, let's talk about Demonology, because I think this is going to be a really cool class to play for Battle for Azeroth. There have been so many changes to the Demonology Warlock, and I mean, if you've been familiar with Warlocks for a while, you know that we've gone through like Demon form, we've gone through where you're basically casting, but you get the big pet, the Felguard. Demonology now is like the master of all the demons. Like we got imps, we got the Felguard, we got Fel Lords, we got observers, we got demonic tyrants, we got portals, we got vile fiends, we got dread stalkers, we got more imps. It's just like, it's basically throw all the fucking demons at someone and see what happens.
What would you ask of me?
Alright, let's go. Halt our march until I receive word that we're ready. Divert the troops, meet with our operative, Lorash, outside Ashtanar for further instruction.
Soldiers of the Horde, ready your blades. Today, we march on the Kaldori.
Drumkar.
Oktar Ogar. Now we gotta make our way on over to Ashtanar. Definitely a lot of flying around early on in this, you know. Thankfully Ashenvale is pretty close, so we can just basically shoot right over this mountain and we're there. And then Outlaw Rogue, the other one that I'm going to be maining. Outlaw Rogue is, oh man, like Outlaw was good in Legion, and I basically just overplayed Legion before I got into my Rogue. Like I played the Demon Hunter, and then the Fury Warrior, and then Demonology, and then by the time I finally got to my Rogue, I was just burnt out on Legion content. But Legion, or not Legion, Outlaw in particular, such a incredibly fun spec to play as Rogue. You know, you have this like pirate fantasy where you're dual wielding sabers and pulling out a pistol to stun stuff, and it's just awesome. It's so awesome. You got the grappling hook for mobility. You know, my favorite thing about it, I think, is the fact that you can, you know, you can still stealth up and stun somebody or do whatever you want. Stun them, ambush them, whatever the case is. But if your stealth gets broken and you're Outlaw, it really doesn't fucking matter. You're still just going to doo-doo over whatever you're fighting. I think another thing I should mention, probably should have said this earlier in the video, but I know there's going to be a lot of people that are curious about my UI and the different add-ons I'm using and whatnot, so I will have a link to all of that stuff in the description. I might even just pin a comment about it, because I'd imagine that'll probably be the #1 thing is, you know, like, what is this UI? Where did you get this UI? A lot of people really like Spartan UI. But yeah, this is called Spartan. There's a couple different skins you can put on it. This is the basic default skin, but I like it. It's nice and clean. I'm here, my target's here, target of my target is here, focus is up here. I can move all the frames around and stuff if I want, but it's a nice skin. Hey, what's happening, Blood Elf dude?
War abounds with opportunity.
Excellent. Hundreds of rogues have already attacked Kaldori outposts. On my signal, they will begin the next phase of war, sowing chaos.
Let's impress. First, let me signal the others to begin their assault. This fire burns with purple smoke. They should see it rise above the trees soon. After you, champion. You mark the safe targets. I'll bring them down.
So if you've never played a rogue, now is your chance to experience what it's like. Do. We gotta stealth in. Do. Never saw it coming. What? Hang on 1 second. I need... Oh, that should... Yep, there we go. Problem solved.
Shall we get to work?
Priestess? Yeah, sure, kill her.
Hey, kill this one quickly, before they alert the others.
Dreadstalkers. Hand of Gul'dan. Implosion! Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom. We're re-stealthed. We're good. We're good. Alright. You okay? All dead. Make it look like a training accident.
No. This one belongs to me. Nothing quite as satisfying as taking out an Alliance commander, and so easily. That should do it. How does it feel to single-handedly sack an entire city?
Pretty good. There's a lot of instant stuff that's going to be going on here.
I do so enjoy my job.
Land of the bargain is done, undead. I'm going to check my other outpost, make sure nobody is in trouble, meet with the war chief, blah, blah.
Throat. It's not that complicated.
What are we if not slaves to this torment?
Sorrowfang shall establish our troops here. Now that Ashtanar is ours, I will continue my hunt for the only creature that can stop our march to victory, Malfurion Stormrage. Our next order of business will be to establish a foothold at the base of Darkshore. Akhtar Ogar. Let's do it, baby. So while we're flying again, let's talk about some other fun things that I'm hyped for with this expansion. So one of the things they've added is something called War Mode. And what this is basically all the servers in the game are now PvE. There's no more selecting a PvE or a PvP server. Basically, when you're at Orgrimmar or Stormwind, you can click this button and you enable War Mode. And what that does is it basically just toggles on world PvP. For doing this, you get 10% increase to quest rewards and experience, and you get access to your PvP talents. But you know, if you're getting spanked on by people, or if you're leveling an alt, you can just click the button and turn it off. And honestly, that is a really, really nice way to approach it, in my opinion. Like, I've always loved WoW for PvP, and I have some friends that aren't fans of PvP, and some that love it with me. And, you know, not having to have this, like, oh, well, what server do we want to play on? Just having the idea of War Mode, it's so much more convenient.
Loktar.
Prepare for the army. Another thing, so somebody's probably going to ask about this. My dude is using the Season 4 Gladiator sword. You can put a sword in here, and then if you have, it's a certain glyph you're able to use. I don't know where to show the glyph. Let's see if it's on here. I don't know where they move glyphs to. Where did they put you at? There we go. Glyph of Felguard. Your Felguard will equip a random two-handed axe, mace, sword, or polearm from your backpack. Pretty freaking cool glyph. Especially because I really like the fashion of that. It looks very Fel sword-like, you know?
What can I do
Anyway.
for you?
Get rations for the army. Adds some really... Like, I mean, look at that. Is that not just, like, such a sweet skin for a Felguard? It just looks so good. It's like it was made for him, basically.
What do you need?
Prepare the weapons. Town is aware. I mean, it's definitely not the most exciting pre-expansion event, but the PvP and the war aspects of it are pretty awesome. The new Zandalari trolls, by the way. If anybody out there is a Druid fan, look at the Druid forms of Zandalari trolls. They're basically fucking dinosaurs. It's gonna be awesome. You can literally become a pterodactyl for your flight form. And if that's not the coolest shit I've ever heard as somebody who has played Druid, I don't think it gets any cooler than that.
Where did all of these wisps come from?
Force this large has not moved for a long time. I hope Zormgar is ready to accommodate. As once before, when the demon Archimonde was felled by the sting of thousands of wisps, this can only mean one thing. Malfurion is beckoning the aid of his ancestors. The Warchief has already taken a scouting party ahead. We must secure all of
We
Ashenvale.
are the true might of Cal.
So basically, wisps all over the place are gonna... well, I won't spoil it. Dismount a little premature there.
Work complete. You will come no further, Banshee Queen.
Soldiers, no! Do not rush the... Oh, fools! At least now we know how dangerous the wisps can be. We are the Forsaken.
Tracking Malfurion's every
We will
movement, the
slaughter
Lord of the Forest
anyone
cannot
who
hope to
stands
outmatch
in
one
our
who
way.
served as Ranger General of Silvermoon. The forest is still brimming with forces. Look out behind you! Summon Vilefiend! Summon Tyrant! Wah, wah. Implosion! Demonic bolts! Demon bolt! They're gonna keep coming. I will do this. Nether portal. I think it's cool. You summon it, and every single time you spend a shard, it poops out another demon for you.
What joy is there in this curse?
Sorrowfang. So now we gotta find a way to get past the Wisp Wall.
When next we meet Malfurion.
Yeah, baby. Got all these siege weapons ready to go.
Speak quickly and speak the truth.
We are the Forsaken.
It's imperative
We
to
will
find a
slaughter
way through the wall
anyone who
quickly.
stands in our way.
Use explosives to fend off the shore.
Surely it is nothing our dark rangers and huge demolishers cannot overcome, my lady.
Hop into one of these
The
beauties and
scouting
take it for
party
a
I led to
spin.
Mercurian underestimated the risks, and they paid the price for doing so.
Murder the wisps! Destroy their trees! I mean, really, who would have thought it'd be so easy to kill spirits as just shooting them with rockets? The way is open, War Chief.
What joy is there in this curse?
Now it's time to strike. Passing through the wall will not be easy, but I think it's something you can handle.
It seems the wisps are susceptible to distraction. We will exploit this weakness to get past them. Sawfang, take a squad into Felwood. Seek a path over the mountain into Darkshore. But leave the siege weapons under my command. We pass through the wall on my command. Brace yourselves! Pass through the wall, quickly! I cannot hold it much longer!
Banshee powers.
Once a breach has been made, the pain is bearable. Just give me a moment.
All the dead sentinels and scouts and archers.
Do not relent, hero. These savage elves would do you no such favor.
Kill the people in Master's Glaive and destroy the glaive flowers in Master's Glaive. And away we go. Bam-ba-da-bam-ba-da-bam-ba-da-bam-ba-da-bam-ba-da-bam. Nether portal! skull goes and you will not die. Look at all the fucking demons on screen! Implosion! Like, you can't tell me this isn't the most badass Demonology Warlock has ever been. Without question. This fool also challenges me. Implosion! Boom, 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 boom. Demon bolt. Oh, they also updated like all the spell effects. Warlock got some. Mage got new spell effects. Like, spell effects are looking A+ right now.
Fight your own battles. Do not waste my time.
Though I do miss the old implosions slightly. Looks like it's more like you get to see them each explode now. The old implosion, they would all rush and blow up simultaneously for just this massive, like, one-hit KO. Like, you didn't even get to see the health go down. It was like a snap.
I've no time for games.
And now we gotta kill some owls up in the trees. Red Stalkers. Who are you? Be gone. I have no time for this bullshit. Demon bolts. Really need to add a on-screen timer for my Vile Hand. He's good for 15 seconds. Alright, we need 2 more furl bones. All the fucking demons, and now I pop this and it extends all their durations. Oh my demons! I honestly need to add some timers on though for this, because like so when you pop this guy out, all of your demons go up for another 15 seconds. So I'm gonna need to add a good timer so that when I summon that, that's 15 seconds, 45 second cooldown. I guess I could just use that when there's like a second left on that. I would cast my big dude.
Welcome, diversion.
The Lord.
What are we if not
Nicely
slaves to this
done.
torment?
Defeat the burning ancient. Best in slot with Ring of Summoning. Really? That says it's a 4% upgrade for Demonology. You'll never survive this. See, this is what's so cool about Demonology. Like, I'm just sitting here and just murdering this thing. And I'm not even, like, worried about it. I'm just boom, 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 boom. Like, didn't even need to heal my dude. There's just so much damage coming out. Didn't stand a chance.
We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter.
Sylvanas, your foul deeds desecrate this sacred place. Undo Falador.
Malfurion, how gracious of you to join us. Who would have guessed that you would come to protect your precious trees?
Be gone, witch.
No! My eyes! It burns. Where did you fly away to, little bird?
You can tell Sylvanas ain't happy.
What joy is there in this curse?
Alright. We've not moved all of our troops out, but I think we have justified establishing a foothold somewhere. But now we are gonna go drive out the Furlbogs. Because taking over the town isn't enough. Now we're gonna get rid of the wildlife and also take that over. Right, let's see, right here. Yep, this is a great area for a base. I am inclined to agree, it is a good area for a base. this, that, and then we'll do 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 that, and then I'll do this, and boom! Look at all the demons. Bile scourges? Jesus Christ, there's so much shit here. Look at them all. Look at them! I literally command a fucking army. All of these imps, like, nothing can stand in my way.
Welcome, diversion.
He did.
I have no time for games.
So we have conquered Darnassus, the elders of Blackwood tribe will be thanking us for restoring peace to the dead. Not the time for subtle gestures. Come with me and bring a pickaxe. To Naj Jabal.
Sappers, gather your gear and follow me. Bring every shredder we have.
Baby, time to go get some Azerite.
Work complete.
Big shot, huh?
Azerite. With this in our grasp, all who dare to oppose the Horde will fall. Proceed with caution, champion. It seems the Alliance has beaten us to it. That ship must have come
Stay
from
strong.
Darnassus, which means I have a crow to hunt.
You need to murder these. To ask you to not fight back. If you just decide to die, it'll make things a lot easier. Who should just die? It's a lot of imps. A lot of imps. I do feel like Implosion doesn't do nearly as much as it used to. Because a Shadow Bolt is 319 shadow damage. This is causing violence to... I wonder if they changed that. Because Implosion used to... the damage used to scale based on the number of imps that you used. Now it seems almost like it doesn't matter. Like it's just... thought it was each. Let me see. Implosion. We'll try this. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna pump out as many things as I can. And then I'm going to try and implode it, see if I can get close to like a one-shot. No, I mean, they each do individual, but still, that's a lot of imps for only that much damage.
Your fate will be the same.
Having your own personal army that just runs around the battlefield with you. Pretty fucking sweet. Boom. And boom. And boom. And implosion. That deals up to wild imps which burst forth. I need an imp timer. I don't know if there is an imp timer. So much dead. Everything. Everything here. And away we go.
Yo, can I help you with something?
There were the Azerite,
Hey,
two
I got your back.
Blastwicks, and the Den, and this is where things are about to get fun. So if you remember back at the start of this, I mentioned how Azerite is, in a sense, like nuclear power being brought into World of Warcraft. That at least is a, you know, that should give you an idea of potential destructive force of it.
What's up? Is it real? Ooh, you got me
Join
some
the battle
Azerite.
at Wild
That's
Ben.
the good stuff. Let me just hold on a second, will you? I'll add in a bit of this. Smash it in real good. A little gunpowder, some fuses, and copper chips. A couple of dashes of my secret ingredient, and voila! The modifications are complete. This thing is the bomb. Now, seriously, it could blow the top hat off of Galliwitz's pleasure palace. Makes a goblin proud, you know?
I remember we were just using one of these to fight the wisps. It was just shooting little rockets here and there. This is the big boy version of it. Looks the same. Wait until we get to shoot with it. Boom! Boom! Die, tree. Need another ancient. There's one.
What are we if not slaves to this torment?
Stalemate is unwise to pursue. Let's regroup at Blackwood Den. And back we go again.
What joy is there in this curse?
Where do we go from here, War Chief?
Wild Bend River is locked in a stalemate, and Malfurion knows it. We
Let's wait
must
for
stay the
Sorrowfang
course for
to
now.
return before we proceed.
I will continue leading our soldiers through the wall while we await word from Sarfang.
So, this is
Stop.
typically where the quest
It's
would
about
end,
time.
but
Look around you here.
we're going to be heading over here,
What
meeting
a
up with him.
lovely sight. The wisps are scattering, one by one. The wall comes crashing down. Now is the time. The world tree is ours for the taking.
Nice looking
Find
upgrades here.
Sarfang. We shall finish this once and for all. The Alliance
I'll have
seeks
to
to
knock
use
those out
siege
later.
weaponry against us. How quaint. Show them what the Horde is capable of.
So, yeah. Right there, talking to her, that marked part 1 of the War of Thorns. That was the initial week we got. And now we're about to do part 2, which is significantly shorter. When I went to do part 2 on stream, it was done in like minutes, I think. So that, with the cutscene and everything, video will probably come out to around like an hour 15 or so, but it's too much work to split it up. Let's just War of Thorns all in one video. I am more than fine with that. Just gonna enjoy it in cinematic mode while we're flying. Covering all these places for the first time.
I serve the Horde.
Journey was treacherous, but we never looked. I will not slay innocents. If they do not raise arms against us, we shall spare them. To lure Denell and capture any civilians you find there. They shall be questioned and then
In
released.
battle, strategy.
On top of
is
that,
important as strength.
kill 2 of their commanders, and then also kill 15
Without
defenders.
honor,
And already you're starting to kind of see this is the difference between Sylvanas and Sarfang. One is of the mind that, you know, we're not here to kill innocents. Whereas Sylvanas really couldn't give 2 fucks.
ready to fight your own battles.
What a great cast time on that. imps am I up to? I feel like I got a lot of imps out. And go! I feel like I should have done way more damage than that. And again, I am in like potato gear, so that's probably a part of it.
Burn them down!
Or not? Come on. Whatever. Why, thanks for in combat still, but...
A paltry task.
Yeah, we can't understand anything they're saying, but we just assume they can... They don't understand. When we say, come with us to safety, we just assume they know what they're talking about. Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Pathetic to fight your own battles.
Salt that up. Some more imps.
Welcome, diversion.
Oh, Skell goes in. Damn it, we got him down. Suck on that for a bit then.
Of the Legion.
We'll learn the power of the Horde. Implosion!
Dare summon me.
I need 3 more civilians still.
A paltry
We'll get our civvies. 1. They're just sitting there like knees shaking like ah. They're not like hiding. They're not anywhere that's even remotely safe. They're just sitting here wide out in the open. Ah. Gotta go.
Planning to run away.
cannot command.
They'll never take me alive, coppers. You can never kill me. I will drain your life. And I will transfer it back to Skelgozen. Actually, I shouldn't have jumped in the water. This seems kind of annoying. I was hoping that would de-aggro, because I gotta go over this way to kill Korean Briarblow. She's over here. Christ, they are really on my nuts.
Dare summon me.
Go, that's better. That's a lot of fucking demons all at once. A lot of imps, and there's all that shit too. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, there's so many. So many. I love the instant cast of that. It like reminds, because it's so strong too. Demon Bolt is 618, regular Shadow Bolt is 319. So we're looking at about double the damage here. That's a beefy ass attack. Demon Ball finish! Oh, she died before I could launch it. Let's go away. Those glaives are getting fucking annoying, man. That's one of the good things about the Warlock. If it ever looks like you're in trouble, you can literally just drain life your way to victory. I can just sit here and just suck the life out of this Sentinel until she dies. I think I still have the glaive is still shooting at me. Wow, that's impressive. That is impressive. At this far away, that glaive still wants me. You have fucked with me for the last time, glaive.
Now is not the time for pleasantries.
Show an honor to our enemy. Scour the forest of Darkshore to find the War
Horde.
Chief.
Make haste! The War Chief awaits!
And now is when shit hits the fan.
The War Chief faces Storm Rage alone. I must...
Boom! Axe to the back!
Our Fang!
A dishonorable blow. I regret it.
Regret nothing. You did well.
It was not my place to interfere.
My victory was inevitable. He was merely wasting my time. Finish him and be done with it. Take a moment if you like. Then take his head. Meet me at the World Tree.
You have led your horde in service of death. You will regret this day.
Malfurion, no!
18
You did not kill
million.
him, Orc. Why?
I struck without honor. I did not
4.5?
deserve to end
7?
him.
This entire war is without honor. How dare you spill so much innocent blood for nothing?
Not for nothing. We spill blood so that the Horde will endure.
Because you spared Malfurion, I will offer you a choice. Attempt to stop me from taking him away and die, or remain there kneeling in the dirt and live.
You have a choice as well. Take him to Darnassus and both of you will fall when we conquer it. Or flee somewhere far from here, so that you both survive.
Look
Come,
at me.
champion. We must follow our war chief to victory.
You can tell Saurfang ain't really all that on board with calling this victory. Good old Darnassus. First character in WoW was a Night Elf. Brings back memories.
I have no time for games.
And cue the cutscene.
Secure the beach. Prepare to invade the tree.
Why? Why? You've already won. Only innocents remain in the tree.
This is war.
No. This is hatred. Rage. Windrunner. You were defender of your people. Do you not remember?
I remember. A fool. Take her! Run! Life is pain. Hope fails. Now you understand. Ah, don't grieve. You'll soon join your loved ones.
I grieve for you. You've made life your enemy. And that is a war you'll never win. You can kill us, but you cannot kill hope.
Burn it. Burn it!
Talk about a way to start a war. Woo-hoo! How about that? Oh man. Burn Teldrassil to the ground. And for those that are like, well, what's happening? Is she just burning a big fucking tree? No, no, no. You gotta understand. This island, this whole island right here, that's Teldrassil. That is the Night Elf capital. Basically, all the Night Elves live up on that tree. So, she basically just, like, genocided every native Night Elf that happened to still be there. They're all up there roasting like marshmallows at this point. Pretty fucked up. Especially because it was a snap decision, because some Night Elf was like, oh, I feel bad for you, and she was like, fuck you, I will burn your home down. Sylvanas took it, she took it up to 11.
What are we, if not slaves to this torment? When I sent you on this mission, I did not foresee this outcome.
Yeah, no
Our
shit.
attack was meant to end a war before it began. To capture an enemy's home and annihilate their leaders in one stroke. To inflict a wound that would bleed the Alliance dry. We have only partially succeeded. The Alliance will retaliate. They will come for us. For me, for you. But they are bleeding. Their anger will prove a weakness, not a strength, in the war to come. Rest while you can. Prepare for the battles ahead. I will have need of you.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know shit is going down, because there's already kind of been this, for a while now, there's been a lot of, I guess, tension in the Horde ranks, where it's like, you know, how much does Sylvanas actually care for the Horde? It seems like her, throughout Legion, her focus was very much for the Forsaken, for the undead. Like, she couldn't really give two fucks what happens to the Taurens, the Trolls, and the Orcs, and we're seeing that even more so now, where, you know, there's clearly no compassion whatsoever in Sylvanas. I know a lot of people in particular are kind of booty bothered about what we just saw, mainly because Blizzard's like, oh man, yeah, it was a very, you know, it wasn't a black and white decision. There was a lot of gray, and quite literally it came down to a Night Elf just being like, bitch, you're depressing, and then she said, fuck you, and decided to burn down Teldrassil. Kinda seemed like an emotional snap decision, but hey, I'm not in her shoes. I'm not one to judge. Either way, guys, that is going to wrap up the War of Thorns. Of course, as I mentioned, we will be playing Battle for Azeroth when it comes out. In particular, as I mentioned, I'll be streaming a lot of it, but any campaigns like this, where it's like, you know, kind of hour and a half quest chains that are like really, really story heavy, for example, the Taking of Undercity, I'll probably do separate videos on those, aside from the streams, on the Warlock, since we've already started that one. But either way, thanks for coming by. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop any questions you have related to WoW or the current state of it down below, and we'll catch you guys next time in Azeroth.